American record producer and music legend Quincy Jones is no more. He died at the age of 91 at his home in Los Angeles, California on Sunday.
The passing of Quincy Jones is a monumental loss to the world of music and culture. His extraordinary career spanned over 6 decades, shaping the sound of popular music and influencing generations of artists. As a producer, composer, arranger, and musician, Quincy Jones left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. His collaborations with legends like Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, and Ray Charles are just a glimpse of his vast legacy. Quincy's life story is one of resilience and creativity. Despite facing personal and health challenges, such as surviving 2 brain aneurysms and managing diabetes, he remained an active force in music, constantly pushing boundaries and innovating. His contributions extended beyond the recording studio. He was an advocate for social change, philanthropy, and the advancement of music education. Jones was a true pioneer, and his influence will continue to echo through the generations. The world will remember him not just for his iconic soundtracks or chart-topping albums, but for his ability to shape the course of music history itself. His legacy is one of greatness, perseverance, and unshakable passion for his craft. Controversy and public scrutiny, the Vulture interview, and the legacy of Michael Jackson. Quincy Jones' larger-than-life persona has often attracted public scrutiny, and some of his candid remarks have sparked controversy. In a 2018 interview with Vulture, Jones made a series of provocative statements about his relationships with celebrities, most notably with Michael Jackson. Jones claimed that Jackson had stolen aspects of his music and questioned the extent of Jackson's songwriting abilities. His remarks were met with both backlash and praise. While some admired Jones for speaking his truth, others believed his comments tarnished Jackson's legacy. Despite the uproar, Jones stood by his words, seeing his candor as part of his role as an outspoken figure within the industry. This incident highlighted the complexity of Jones' character, both as a mentor to Jackson and as a fiercely independent artist who was unafraid to share his perspective. Collaborations with legends, the 1960s and 1970s, the late 1960s and early 1970s, saw Quincy Jones working with an array of musical legends, including Frank Sinatra, Sarah Vaughan, and Count Basie. His arrangements for these icons elevated their sound and helped shape the sound of an era. Jones was no longer just a jazz musician. He had evolved into one of the most sought-after producers and arrangers in the world. His work transcended genre, blending orchestral, jazz, soul, and pop elements in ways that had never been done before. This versatility and innovative spirit made Jones one of the most important figures in modern music production. The 1970s, a defining partnership with Michael Jackson. The 1970s were a transformative decade for Quincy Jones, especially with his collaboration with Michael Jackson. When Jones produced Jackson's 1979 album, Off the Wall, they forged a creative partnership that would go on to define both of their careers. Jackson's departure from the Jackson 5's bubblegum pop sound marked the beginning of a more mature, sophisticated style, and Jones played a critical role in shaping that evolution. By blending pop with jazz, soul, and orchestral elements, Jones helped Jackson craft a unique sound that would lay the groundwork for the massive success of Thriller in the early 1980s. The Thriller phenomenon, redefining pop music. Thriller was a groundbreaking achievement that shattered records and revolutionized the music industry. With over 66 million copies sold worldwide, it remains the best-selling album of all time. The album's iconic tracks such as Billie Jean, Thriller, and Beat It, showcased Quincy Jones' unparalleled ability to fuse genres and create music that transcended boundaries. The success of Thriller not only propelled Michael Jackson into superstardom, but also cemented Jones' place as one of the most influential producers of all time. Quincy Jones, a legacy begins. Quincy Delight Jones Jr. was born on March 14, 1933, in Chicago, Illinois, into a vibrant, multicultural environment that deeply shaped his musical identity. Raised primarily by his mother, Sarah, a schoolteacher with a deep love for music, Quincy was exposed to a wide range of genres, including jazz, blues, gospel, and classical music. Though his parents' divorce created early challenges, music provided a source of solace and inspiration. Growing up in the musical heart of Chicago, Quincy's early fascination with the trumpet and his formal music training laid the foundation for what would become a legendary career. Music education and early inspirations. At the age of 18, Jones moved to Seattle to study at the Seattle Conservatory of Music. There he received formal training in music theory and orchestration, refining his skills in a structured environment. Seattle, with its thriving jazz scene, allowed Jones to explore improvisation and big band arrangements. During this time, he began to solidify his musical identity, blending diverse genres and learning how to navigate the racial dynamics of the music industry. The New York struggle and breakthrough. In the mid-1950s, Jones relocated to New York City, where the jazz scene was at its peak. However, the city's competitive environment posed significant challenges for a young black musician trying to break into the industry. Jones worked tirelessly as a session musician and arranger, gaining experience and making connections. His breakthrough came in 1956, when he joined the Lionel Hampton Orchestra as both a trumpeter and arranger. This was a crucial moment in Jones' career, as it gave him the opportunity to experiment with jazz orchestrations and large ensemble arrangements, establishing himself as a rising star in the music world. Collaborations with jazz legends. Throughout the late 1950s and early 1960s, Jones collaborated with some of the most iconic jazz musicians of the time, including Ray Charles. His work as an arranger for Charles's band helped fuse jazz, soul, and gospel in innovative ways, pushing the boundaries of traditional jazz. This period marked the beginning of Jones's ascent as one of the most influential arrangers and composers in jazz, solidifying his reputation as a visionary musical mind. Cultural impact and the reshaping of pop music. The cultural impact of Thriller was profound. Beyond its commercial success, the album redefined the musical landscape and transformed Michael Jackson into a global icon. Tracks like Billie Jean set a new standard for pop production with its instantly recognizable bass line and rhythmic intricacy, influencing generations of artists to come. Beat It, which featured a legendary guitar solo from Eddie Van Halen, fused rock with pop in a groundbreaking way, becoming one of the first major collaborations between the two genres. Jones's impeccable production captured the zeitgeist of the 1980s, crafting a timeless sound that still resonates today. His ability to balance artistic innovation with wide-reaching mainstream appeal was key to the album's success. Facing racial challenges in the industry. Despite his rising success, Jones faced significant racial discrimination in the predominantly white music industry. His accomplishments were often overlooked or downplayed, and he had to work harder than his white counterparts to secure opportunities. Nevertheless, Jones remained determined to break through these racial barriers. His persistence and musical genius would later play a pivotal role in reshaping the music industry for black musicians, challenging the status quo and opening doors for greater representation. A milestone: The Mike Douglas Show. A major turning point in Jones' career came in 1961, when he became the first African-American musical director for a major U.S. television network. As the musical director for The Mike Douglas Show, Jones played a crucial role in shaping the sound of the program, which featured a blend of jazz, orchestral music, and pop. His work on the show brought him greater visibility, further cementing his status as one of the top arrangers and composers in the industry. More importantly, it helped pave the way for greater diversity and representation of black musicians in mainstream media. Expanding the musical horizon, film and production. In the early 1960s, Jones expanded his musical endeavors into film scoring, beginning with his acclaimed score for the 1964 film The Pawnbroker. His innovative use of jazz elements in film music earned him recognition in the movie industry. Throughout the 1960s, Jones continued to build his reputation as a prolific composer, arranger, and producer. By the mid-1960s, he had established himself as a force in both jazz and popular music, solidifying his position as a musical trailblazer. The 1970s, a legendary partnership with Michael Jackson. The 1970s marked the beginning of one of the most iconic collaborations in music history, when Quincy Jones teamed up with Michael Jackson. Their first album together, Off the Wall, 1979, showcased Jackson's transition to a more mature sound, with Jones playing a key role in shaping the production. However, it was their next collaboration, Thriller, 1982, that would change the course of music history. Thriller not only became the best-selling album of all time, but it also redefined the boundaries of pop music, blending genres like pop, rock, funk, R&B, and jazz into a sound that was both universally appealing and artistically sophisticated. A legacy that lasts forever. Quincy Jones' influence on music, culture, and the entertainment industry is immeasurable. As a producer, composer, arranger, and musician, he left an indelible mark on the world. From his early days in Chicago to his groundbreaking work on Thriller, Jones' career spanned over 6 decades, during which he continuously pushed the boundaries of musical innovation. His legacy as a trailblazer for black musicians, a champion of diversity, and a visionary producer will continue to inspire generations to come. Musical mastery, the art of cross-genre storytelling. What set Quincy Jones apart as a producer was his unparalleled ability to create musical stories that resonated with listeners on a deeply emotional level. On Thriller, Jones didn't just produce songs. He built entire sonic universes. His ability to seamlessly integrate jazz, classical, funk, soul, and pop elements into a cohesive sound demonstrated his unmatched skill as a composer and arranger. Each track on the album not only told a musical story, but also connected with audiences emotionally, helping Thriller become a defining moment in pop music. Jones's unique approach to production went beyond technical mastery. His work created a lasting emotional bond between the music and its listeners, a bond that has continued to captivate audiences worldwide. Sustained success and evolution in the 1980s and beyond. Following the extraordinary success of Thriller, Quincy Jones continued his partnership with Michael Jackson, producing Bad, 1987, which further solidified their musical collaboration. During this period, Jones also worked with a wide range of other legendary artists, including Aretha Franklin, Donna Summer, and George Benson. His versatility as a producer and arranger became even more evident as he effortlessly moved between genres like jazz, R&B, pop, and rock. This ability to transcend musical boundaries kept Jones at the top of the industry and confirmed his place as one of the most influential figures in modern music. Health challenges and personal resilience. Despite achieving monumental success, Quincy Jones faced significant health setbacks, the most notable being a brain aneurysm he suffered in 1974. The aneurysm left him temporarily paralyzed, and his recovery was long and arduous. Jones had to relearn basic motor skills, but his perseverance and resilience saw him return to full health, which fueled both his personal and professional life moving forward. The experience profoundly changed him, deepening his appreciation for life and music, and he emerged from this ordeal with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. Advocacy, activism, and philanthropy. In addition to his musical legacy, Quincy Jones has been a powerful advocate for social justice, mental health awareness, and global humanitarian efforts. Through his Quincy Jones Foundation, he has supported a wide range of initiatives aimed at providing educational opportunities to underserved communities, particularly for young people of color. His philanthropic work extends to international causes, including partnerships with UNICEF, where he worked to improve children's health and well-being around the world. Jones's dedication to social causes has helped him use his platform to drive real change and bring attention to important global issues. Enduring legacy and unmatched influence. Quincy Jones' legacy is immeasurable, not only as a pioneering musician, producer, and composer, but also as a trailblazer for social justice and humanitarian causes. His groundbreaking work with Michael Jackson, Ray Charles, and a host of other iconic artists has shaped the course of pop, jazz, R&B, and film music. Jones's innovative approach to blending genres and his ability to continually evolve with the times have made him one of the most influential figures in modern music. Beyond his musical achievements, his commitment to advocacy and philanthropy has made him a cultural icon whose impact extends far beyond the entertainment industry. Thriller, 1982, a revolutionary moment in music history. Quincy Jones' collaboration with Michael Jackson on Thriller, 1982, became a groundbreaking milestone that would forever change the music industry. Not only did Thriller become the best-selling album of all time, but it also solidified Quincy Jones' legacy as one of the greatest producers in the history of modern music. The album's mix of pop, rock, R&B, and funk was revolutionary, and Jones' visionary production expanded the limits of what popular music could achieve. Iconic tracks like Billie Jean, Thriller, and Beat It pushed the envelope with complex rhythms, layered orchestrations, and catchy melodies. Jones's genius in blending genres into a cohesive and universally appealing sound helped Thriller transcend music charts and become a worldwide cultural phenomenon. The title track's groundbreaking music video, featuring Jackson's unforgettable dance moves and horror-themed visuals, became one of the most influential music videos ever produced. Expansion into film and television in the 1960s. In the early 1960s, Quincy Jones broadened his influence, moving beyond his jazz roots and delving into film scoring and television production. One of his early accomplishments was composing the score for the 1964 film The Pawnbroker. This project demonstrated his ability to blend jazz with cinematic orchestration, earning him critical acclaim for his innovative work. Jones's contributions helped bring jazz into the world of film, positioning him as a versatile composer who could bridge the worlds of jazz and mainstream entertainment. His work in television and film expanded his reach, allowing him to shape the evolving fusion of music and media. Continued success in the 1980s, shaping multiple generations of sound. The 1980s saw Quincy Jones continue to build his prolific career, producing some of the decade's most iconic music. His work with artists like Donna Summer on Bad Girls, 1979, showed his ability to craft infectious grooves and memorable melodies that defined the disco era. Jones' production on Bad Girls helped Summer become a mainstream icon and marked another successful collaboration in his ever-growing catalog. Jones also revitalized Aretha Franklin's career with the album Aretha, 1980, producing the hit single Jump to It. His production brought new life to Franklin's sound, showcasing his ability to adapt his style to suit the unique qualities of each artist. Whether working with soul legends, pop superstars, or jazz greats, Jones's versatility as a producer made him one of the most influential figures in the music industry during the 1980s. A legacy of innovation, defining the sound of a generation. By the end of the 1980s, Quincy Jones had established himself as a cultural icon and one of the most influential figures in the music industry. His work with Michael Jackson, particularly Thriller, ensured his place in music history, but it was his continued ability to produce across a variety of genres that solidified his legacy. Jones' impact extended far beyond the 1980s, as his innovative approach to production helped shape the future of popular music. From jazz and soul to pop and orchestral arrangements, Jones redefined the producer's role, and his musical influence continues to resonate in modern music today. A defining 1980s collaboration, Give Me the Night with George Benson. One of the standout collaborations of the 1980s was Quincy Jones' production of Give Me the Night, 1980, by jazz guitarist George Benson. The album blended smooth jazz, R&B, and pop into a polished, radio-friendly sound that became one of Benson's most commercially successful releases. The title track, Give Me the Night, became a signature song for Benson and solidified his place in mainstream music. Jones's signature ability to fuse genres was on full display here, with an infectious melody and a seamless fusion of jazz, funk, and pop that appealed to multiple musical audiences. This collaboration not only expanded Jones' influence into the pop mainstream, but also showcased his versatility as a producer who could work across different genres with ease. A musical architect, Quincy Jones's impact on late 20th century sound. Quincy Jones's ability to seamlessly navigate across musical genres solidified his reputation as a true musical architect, a visionary who not only shaped the sound of the late 20th century, but also helped define the soundscape of modern music. Whether it was jazz, R&B, pop, rock, or even classical, Jones consistently blended these styles to create unique, complex, and universally appealing musical landscapes. His genre-defying approach became a hallmark of his career, setting him apart from his contemporaries and allowing him to influence the direction of music for decades. Jones's versatility and creative genius made him one of the most influential producers and arrangers of all time. Awards and recognition, the height of Quincy Jones's success. The extent of Quincy Jones' influence was reflected in the countless accolades and honors he accumulated over his remarkable career. By the late 1980s, Jones had won an astounding 28 Grammy Awards, underscoring his unmatched impact on the music industry. His collaborations with Michael Jackson, including Thriller, Off the Wall, and Bad, were not only commercially successful, but also reshaped the music industry, setting new benchmarks for what was possible in popular music. Jones' work with artists such as Aretha Franklin, George Benson, and Donna Summer redefined the sound of their respective eras. These groundbreaking albums not only became the soundtrack of a generation, but also elevated Jones to the upper echelons of the music world, making him a living legend in the process. Personal challenges, health struggles, and mental health advocacy. Despite his professional triumphs, Quincy Jones faced significant personal challenges, most notably in 1974 when he suffered a life-threatening brain aneurysm. The aneurysm left him temporarily paralyzed, and his lengthy recovery process forced him to step back from music and reflect on his life. This period of physical and emotional healing was a turning point for Jones, leading him to gain a deeper appreciation for both his work and his health. Jones has also been open about his struggles with mental health, including anxiety and depression, stemming from the pressures of fame and the demands of the music industry. His candidness about these issues has made him an advocate for mental health awareness, helping to destigmatize these conversations in an industry where vulnerability is often hidden. His ability to overcome these personal obstacles is a testament to his resilience and determination, qualities that have also contributed to his extraordinary creative success. Family and personal life, the importance of family support. Throughout his storied career, Quincy Jones has maintained a deep connection to his family. His children, among them actress Rashida Jones and music producer Quincy Jones III, have been a constant source of pride and personal fulfillment. Though Jones's personal life has included multiple marriages and complex relationships, he has often cited his family as a cornerstone of his strength and motivation. Despite the challenges he faced in balancing family and career, Jones has consistently emphasized the importance of family support in helping him navigate the demands of fame. His relationships with his children and his role as a father remain one of the most important aspects of his personal life, grounding him amid his professional successes. Philanthropy and social justice, advocacy for racial equality and music education. Beyond his musical contributions, Quincy Jones has been a passionate advocate for social justice, racial equality, and global humanitarian causes. Through the Quincy Jones Foundation, he has supported a wide range of initiatives, including those focused on education and the arts for underserved communities. He has worked tirelessly to break down barriers for Black musicians and artists in the entertainment industry, using his platform to speak out on issues of racial inequality. Additionally, Jones has been a longtime supporter of global humanitarian efforts, partnering with organizations like UNICEF to improve children's health care and promote children's rights around the world. His philanthropic work is rooted in his belief in the transformative power of art to bring about social change and to uplift marginalized communities. The enduring legacy of Quincy Jones, a cultural icon. Quincy Jones' impact on the music industry is immeasurable. His genre-blending techniques, innovative production, and collaborations with iconic artists have left an indelible mark on pop, jazz, R&B, and film music. His work redefined the role of a producer and elevated music production to an art form. Beyond music, Jones's legacy extends into the cultural realm, as his outspoken advocacy for social justice, racial equality, and mental health awareness has made him a role model for generations to come. Even at the age of 91, Quincy Jones remains an active and influential figure in the entertainment world, continuing to mentor younger artists and push the boundaries of music. His contributions to the world of music, culture, and philanthropy have ensured that his legacy will endure, inspiring future generations to come.